Hey, what's up guys? It's Jordan Teasers Books, and today I have really exciting news. I got an advanced reader copy of Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. This is honestly the best day ever. So I actually entered a Goodreads giveaway for this, and Simon & Schuster Canada sent me this copy. I didn't know I won the giveaway. The email went to my spam, and all of a sudden got something in the mail, didn't even know Simon & Schuster had my address, and it was in the box, and oh my god. Literally screamed, called my boyfriend, freaked out. It was the best thing ever. I know I'm probably not going to finish this before the actual book comes out, but I'm going to start it. And I'm so excited, and I'm going to keep you guys updated. It's going to be non-spoilery. I might do a spoiler-filled review after I'm done reading it, so I'm going to start this now. If you don't know, this is the fourth series that Cassandra Clare has written in the Shadowhunter world. It takes place after the Infernal Devices series, which is a series that takes place in the 1800s in London, and this is basically about those characters' kids. I'm not going to say which kids because spoilers. I'm going to go and start reading, and I'll update you guys later. Just about at the 50-page mark, and I wanted to give you guys a little update on my thoughts so far. So far, the main characters have all been kind of introduced, and we're going through a bit of a backstory about the relationships between all the characters, which I find super interesting. We've also seen some cameos from the people from the Infernal Devices, and it's made my heart so happy. I've already almost cried. It's a whirlwind of emotions. It's just how I kind of imagined it would go. The only thing that I wasn't really expecting is it's already very deeply focused on the romances between the characters and the relationships that they're going to have, and I really wasn't expecting that right off the bat. I don't know, I just find it strange to be reading about the kids of the characters that I've loved for so long, and I've always pictured those main characters as 16-year-olds, so now picturing their kids as 16, 17-year-olds, like having the guys talk about girls and so on and so forth, and drinking, just find that really strange. I really love how Cassandra Clare easily puts you into the time period that this book is set in. Even in the way they talk is very 1800s from what I understand about the 1800s. I'm also reading it really slowly. I feel like every time something happens, especially with the characters from the Infernal Devices, I just kind of get really overwhelmed and excited, but also scared because I don't want anything bad to happen to those characters and I want everything to be okay. I feel like it's hard to explain, but I've waited for this book for literally 5 years, and to finally have it is kind of overwhelming. So when I am reading it, I don't want to rush through everything, and I want to savor like everything that happens and every bit of information I'm given. Anyways, very much enjoying it so far. Right now, there is kind of been a lead up to some drama definitely happening. I can kind of see where this is going, and at least where I think it's going, and I think it's going to be quite dramatic. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this plays out. You can very much tell that Cassandra Clare put a lot of effort into making sure that all of these kids have really distinct personalities, which is also really helpful because I'm kind of forgetting whose kid is who until their last name is said and their parents, just because I haven't read Clockwork Princess, I don't think, since it came out, which is a very long time ago. She is crafting a masterpiece right now, that's for sure. So we just read from one of the main characters from the Infernal Devices, and that person and another main character from the Infernal Devices just had a moment. I literally got close to tears. It was so beautiful and exactly what I needed, and man, wow, it's just so emotional already. Every moment with these characters, I just get so excited. Man, I can't with this book. I just reached the 120-page mark, and I am loving it so far. There was just a major action scene. I honestly think Cassandra Clare has significantly improved in the way she is able to write fight scenes, because I just can vividly picture the entire thing in my head and know exactly where each person is and what they're doing and how everything is coming together. And I feel like in a lot of books, not just by Cassandra Clare, but by a lot of authors, I struggle to really picture the action scenes clearly, and I don't really know
who is doing what or what's going on. I'm now very interested to see what's going to happen next. We finally had our first like big plot point. It's kind of like a mystery. I don't know what's going on, and I love that. I love not being able to guess because it makes it all the more fun to read. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. The only thing is it took a while to like really pick up, but I do think that's necessary with this series because there's so many characters that they have to introduce and show how they're all related to each other before you can actually get started with the story. Something that's really interesting, I'm not exactly sure if people would consider this a spoiler or not. It's more based off how the book is formatted, not an actual like plot point or anything. But if you don't want to know anything at all, just skip forward until I put this book down, basically. Something I find really interesting that Cassandra Clare hasn't really done before in her books is almost every other chapter, it isn't actually a chapter, it's like a flashback. I find it really interesting because normally she doesn't really do flashbacks in general, but if she does, she kind of weaves them into the chapter. But for this one, it's a whole chapter that is not considered part of the number chapters in the book. Even though I'm only on chapter 5, I'm 120 pages in, and that's because we've had multiple flashbacks that haven't been counted in the chapter count, if that makes sense. It's just something she hasn't done before, and I think that it adds a greater depth to the story because you can really understand where the relationships between these characters are coming from. Very interesting stuff. Loving the book so far, and man, I just want to keep reading, but it's already super late and I have class in the morning, so I guess I have to be a responsible student and go to bed. Or I could keep reading. I don't know. I'm enjoying it so much. I just don't want to stop. I just can't believe I'm reading this right now. It's still blowing my mind. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to go to sleep, I think.
So I'm currently 250 pages into Chain of Gold right now, and I am loving it so far. All of the characters and the pathways that Cassandra Clare are taking are just super interesting and really well thought out. I love the different relationships developing between people and their dynamics and how that plays into where the story is headed. I also love how everything is really being tied back to the Infernal Devices series. Some people were asking if they can start off by reading this book, and well, I guess you could because each series is very separate. There's also a lot of weaving in between, and this one heavily spoils the Infernal Devices series, so if you're at all interested in reading that, then I would not read this first. I feel like so much has happened so far, and we still have so much left in the book, so I really don't know where this is gonna go. I feel like it's going to get really big really fast, and there's going to be really, really high stakes, and so far I'm still a little confused as to some people's motives, but that's normal with a Cassandra Clare book. You don't normally know why people are doing certain things until the end when their motives are revealed. I really like Cordelia too. I don't think she puts up with any crap from any of the characters, and she's not afraid to speak her mind, and I really like that. I also love how diverse the main cast is, both in like sexuality, race, religion, that kind of stuff, and it really adds a whole nother level to the story because you can understand why they feel a certain way because you know so much about them. I am also still really enjoying the flashbacks. Normally in books, I really hate flashbacks. I'm like, why can't you just tell me this without giving me a whole chapter about the backstory? Can you just tell me it in like a paragraph or something? But I am so into the backstory. I want to know literally everything about why these characters feel the way they do about each other, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I particularly really liked the backstory in Paris, without spoiling which characters were involved, obviously. I think that it's going to get very interesting between those two individual characters. It's really awesome that Cordelia and Anna are becoming friends because I can just totally see that happening just based off of their personalities. And that's the great thing about this book is everything is very believable. All of the relationships that transpire make perfect sense. You can just easily be like, yes, okay, yes, of course you're gonna be attracted to this person. Of course you're going to want to be friends with this person. It just makes sense in my mind, and I just love that I don't have to sit there and question why a character would do a certain thing. Everything is just very well thought out and very reasonable, and I am just
really enjoying it so far. So I'm hoping I can get another chunk of reading done today because the book actually came out a few days ago and I want to finish this so I can upload this vlog, but also I'm terrified of getting spoiled. But I will update you guys soon.
Chain of Gold update. I actually hate Grace so much. She is so annoying and has like no personality and is so vague about everything, and I'm just so confused as to why she just desperately needs someone to marry her. So basically I hate Jace. I don't hate Jace. Basically, I hate Grace. It's just, man, I can't stand her. Okay, another quick update. I am currently 360 pages through this novel, and oh my god, it's so good. I just got to a point where one of my favorite tropes just happened. I absolutely adore when a girl gets all dressed up to go to some kind of party and then she like walks out of a room or like walks out of a car or something like that, and the guy who is clearly the love interest is kind of like stunned by how like beautiful she looks all dressed up and everything, and man, makes my heart swell. I just love it so much. I have a lot of feelings. I really love all of the characters so much. I am loving Anna Lightwood, which I'm pretty sure I already said that I've just been enjoying her so much as a character. I'm also really intrigued surrounding like James's background. I'm just really confused as to why he suddenly feels like everything is clear and sharp where before it didn't. I want to know why that is happening. I'm also loving how diverse this cast is. There's so many different things that we're finding out about the cast that just makes me so excited to read more and learn more about their relationships with one another. So I think this book has like 580 pages, so I'm getting close. I'm making a dent here, and I'm hoping that I can continue reading today and almost finish, because that would be absolutely amazing. Other than that, not much to report. There's nothing that I really don't like about it right now. It's been very well paced. I think that you kind of have a bit of like a fight scene or some kind of action scene, and then after that, it's a bunch of character development and then another action scene, which is perfectly fine with me. It hasn't felt repetitive or anything like that. Cassandra Clare always does this, and it's the only thing that kind of bugs me is she always has miscommunication be like the main issue in either relationships or friendships. Like, it makes sense because a lot of reasons why bad things happen in the world is because people don't communicate properly. However, I find that she relies on that like miscommunication trope so much that it becomes a little bit repetitive. Particularly in this case, the main like group of characters is sworn not to tell something to other people and therefore have not included their parents in any of this. On the other hand, they've also gone to a younger character and told her vaguely what's going on, so it is possible for them to go and tell the parents. I know that they're not going to, because the whole point is that this group of teenagers are trying to figure it out for themselves, and that's the whole point of the novel. But it is very frustrating because I know for a fact that the adults can help and can do something, and because of the stuff that's going on, I know that the characters from the Infernal Devices are well versed in some of the stuff that's going on because it was happening throughout the Clockwork Angel Infernal Devices trilogy. So that's the only thing that's kind of frustrating me, is that it just seems like she's always using the miscommunication trope or like lying trope even just to kind of cause issues between the characters, and I'm really hoping that them not telling the parents doesn't cause a major rift between all the families. I don't think it will. I think Cassandra Clare knows that people won't enjoy that, but at the same time it does have me a little bit worried. But other than that, really enjoying it, and I'm gonna keep reading. Alright, so I have 200 pages left in Chain of Gold, and I have some thought. We just had like our first like steamy encounter between two characters, and oh man, was it well written. I was sitting there, I was like, man, this is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. I really enjoy it, and I kind of like stopped because I had to do other things, but I'm excited to read from the other person's point of view, because during the actual scene it was from the one person's point of view, and I want to see what the other person thinks now that it's done, because as soon as it ended they got very closed off and I want to know why. So I'm excited to delve into their thoughts and figure out what's going on here. Once again, still love Anna Lightwood. She's fantastic. She's so sassy, and she gave Cordelia all of these like really nice dresses. She's like sitting here like smirking about stuff, and she just knows what's going on, and she's living her life, and I just love it. I just love her carefree nature where she's like, this is who I am, and if you don't like it, get out of my face. It's beautiful. Other than that, I am curious to see what other relationships are going to develop. On one hand, I think we're going to get at least one more kind of like highly hinted at, but at the same time, I feel like Cassandra Clare really likes to drag out her romances throughout the entire series, and because this is, I believe, a trilogy, I feel like a lot of them won't actually come together until the third book, sort of similar to the Dark Artifices, just because that's kind of what happened to in the Mortal Instruments. The Mortal Instruments, all of the relationships kind of like came together in City of Glass, and then they were further delved into throughout the next 3 books, because it wasn't even supposed to be 6 books. It was originally supposed to be a trilogy. So I feel like that's probably what she'll do here. I'm interested to see what happens. I'm hoping I can read at least another 100 pages today, if not more. I'm just loving it. It's just so good. I'm loving this lighting. It's so moody. What just happened? What just happened? Oh my god. I am finally done. I finally finished this book, and so much happened at the end. I am shocked. I don't even know. The last like 100 pages, so much was going on. I was like, oh my god, someone's gonna die for sure. She's gonna kill somebody major off. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Like, I got this all figured out. The story feels like it's about to wrap up, and then all this stuff goes down, and you're just like, what? What just happened? I can't believe I have to wait another year minimum for the next book. What's even more frustrating is that Cassandra Clare has told the reader information, but not some of the characters' information. I know things that a lot of the characters don't know. It's genius because it makes me so anxious, because I just want to scream at them and be like, figure this out. You know. Oh man. I didn't cry at the end. I was prepared for like this really sad ending just because seeing people's reactions online, but I didn't cry at all. I got teary at a few parts, but not really as bad as I thought it would be. The world building that she did in this, there's going to be so much drama in this series, and I'm so here for it. I just can't believe what she has crafted. This is a 5-star book. It was amazing. Can't believe that I'm finally done, and now I sit here and wait. Yay. Favorite character is definitely James. Thought he was great. I love his story, and I love where it's going to go. It's going to go to some really interesting places, and I'm excited to see what happens with his relationship. I also really still love Anna Lightwood. We actually got to read from her perspective, which we didn't get to for the rest of the book. She's so intriguing. I just love when you get a tiny little glimpse into somebody right at the end. Cassandra Clare loves doing that. It was so good. I am so excited for the rest of the series. I'm so happy I finally got to finish reading this. And yeah, I don't know what else to really say that's non-spoilery, because I just want to scream spoilers right now, but I'm not going to. All of the battle scenes throughout the entire novel were so wonderfully crafted, and it made it so easy to fall into the story and know exactly what's going on. I loved all of the cameos that happened. I love that you could tell that she was laying groundwork for other things, but you also don't know what those things are. Like, she's giving you little tidbits into the future, and you can only sit here and hypothesize and be like, what is actually happening right now? It was amazing. I just can't. I'm just so in love. I'm so in love. I really like these characters a lot. I think I like these characters better than the Dark Artifices characters. I personally found a lot of the characters in those books to be really frustrating because they couldn't make up their damn mind. I found in the Dark Artifices that they just wouldn't make up their minds and really didn't talk to each other, which is a theme throughout all of her books. But I found with this one that some of the characters were very keen on stating what they are thinking, although not every character was like that, because no character in Cassandra Clare's novels are going to be like that 100%. I did appreciate the slight increase in the amount of clarity that we are getting from some of the characters, and it's very nice to see them open up to at least one person so that we kind of know what's going on, even if not everybody does. I also liked how the thing that happened at the end, everyone was kind of in the know about it. This thing that happens, it'll make it way easier throughout the rest of the series because everyone's kind of in on it, whereas I feel like in her previous books, if this same thing were to happen, she would have just kept it between like the two characters and not tell everybody else to create more drama. But I feel like it'll be more interesting to see them all work together as a team to kind of make this work. I'm at a loss for words. I wanted to update you guys like 50 pages from the end, but I just couldn't put the book down. I just needed to know what happened because it kind of hit its climax and it was coming back down, and I just didn't know what was going to happen. And I thought, oh, it's fine. Everything's wrapped up. We're good. No, we are not. We are never good in a Cassandra Clare novel. She always throws something at you at the last second. And I was literally sitting there like gaping at the book, like, how is this happening right now? I am so excited for the next 2 installments in this series. So excited. I think with that, I'm going to end this very long and overdue reading vlog. I am finally done. And I am so happy that I finally finished reading this. Let me know if you read Chain of Gold yet and what your thoughts are. I would love to discuss in the comments. And if you want to discuss particular sections, you can feel free to DM me on Instagram or Twitter. I'll leave both of them down below if you want to fangirl over the madness that just occurred. Let me know what you guys think of this reading vlog. This is the first one that I've done that has been solely focused on one book, and I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions and any feedback on how I can improve it, what you want to see, that kind of stuff. I would really appreciate it. Once again, thanks so much for watching and keep on reading, guys. Bye!